Rational ignorance. Is it an oxymoron? Well, let's take a closer look. The probability that your vote changes the outcome of an election is minuscule. So why vote? In fact, a lot of people do vote, which is a bit of a puzzle for standard public choice. Perhaps they do so out of a feeling of duty or altruism. Although people vote, do they invest much time and energy in learning about what or who they're voting on? The answer here is very clear: no. If you ask people, who's your senator, or who is your representative, or who is your mayor? Few people know. If you ask them again, how did your senator, representative, or mayor vote on road construction, bank regulation, or farm subsidies? Even fewer know. And again, that's a little bit of a puzzle because the average American spends more on taxes and regulation than on food, clothing, or transportation. But they know much less about the price, quality, and providers of government goods and services than about other goods and services. Why? It actually makes perfect sense. When you spend time comparing food prices and quality at Safeway and Wegmans, two local supermarkets, you can use your knowledge to change your actions, and you get the benefit. You might discover, for example, that Wegmans has a better bakery. So you go to Wegmans when you want really good bread. In contrast, when you spend time comparing Democrats to Republicans, your investment isn't productive. You may change your vote, but you don't get what you vote for. You get what everyone else votes for, except in the very unlikely case that your vote changes the outcome of the election. So it doesn't pay to be informed about politics, because investing in political knowledge doesn't change what actually happens. So it's rational to be ignorant about politics. Rational ignorance. The question that then naturally arises is, can democracy work well when voters are ignorant? Some social scientists say yes, a democracy can still work well with ignorant voters. If the uninformed vote randomly and cancel each other out, leaving the well-informed in charge. Let's take an example. If 90% of voters are uninformed and 10% are informed, which candidate wins? The candidate who gets the support of the majority of the informed. If the uninformed cancel each other out, then the informed can swing the election most of the time. This is sometimes called the miracle of aggregation. And the key assumption of this miracle of aggregation is that the uninformed vote randomly, which means that their errors aren't systemic. But rational ignorance, it changes what information gets to voters, and it changes who is informed and who is uninformed. And this does have systemic effects on political outcomes. For example, when people are rationally ignorant, political campaigns will be based upon hoopla, symbolism, and trivia, not serious, substantive discussion of the issues. Parties will work to build brands like family values or tough on crime, much like Coke and Pepsi, and regardless of the realities. The news media, they'll also seek to entertain. In fact, it's no surprise that most people get their political information from something like The Daily Show. Now, on the whole, that might be a good thing. At least some information is communicated. But rational ignorance, it changes or biases who succeeds and who fails in the political marketplace. The politicians who succeed, they're going to be the ones who are good at entertaining, who are good at producing the hoopla and the trivia that grab people's attention. Here's another application of rational ignorance. not everyone will be rationally ignorant. And this also biases politics. And that concludes the video on rational ignorance. If you want to learn more about public choice, check out some of our other videos on the key ideas.